Sky Squad, we are back in the building. And you know what? So is Laura Govan. We haven't seen her in ages on this show, and now she is back for the Ponderosa. And I want to know what you think. What did you think of Laura's reintroduction to the group? Really, the one scene she had with Jennifer. I want to know your thoughts, okay? Um, we got to talk about Basketball Wives, y'all. Basketball Wives, this is what? Season 11, episode 22. It's called Getting Messy in Mexico. Let me read for you guys the description. It says, unexpected guests threaten to upend the trip to Mexico. Brooke and Brandi's fight escalates, and Jennifer's dream of a drama-free vacation melts in the hot Mexican sun. All right. So listen, if you are new here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell button and smack that like button. Smack it up, flip it, and rub it down. All that good stuff. Let's get into the episode. If I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 9.5. It wasn't quite a 10 for me. I don't know why, but it was good, right? I was a little on the edge of my seat because I was trying to figure out how in the world is it that Evelyn is going to explain to the rest of these girls, specifically her BFF Brooke, that she is now friends with the enemy. Okay. Brooke's enemy, that is. All right. So, and Evelyn's actions would seem hypocritical if we didn't understand the nature of reality TV, right? But because we understand the nature of reality TV, I feel like most of us really get the reason why Evelyn made up with Jackie and invited her down to the cast trip. It only makes sense to me in my mind that she would. And again, this kind of goes back to the housewives of it all. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for a group trip, everybody's really got to go. Because to be honest, without Jackie on the trip, it's not going to be much of anything, right? Specifically because Jackie is the person that has the most issues with the group. And then there is still the big beef between Jackie and Brooke, and then Brooke and Cheyenne, right? So, to be honest with you, as a viewer, I get it. It makes sense to me. Shawnee basically gave Ev the go ahead, girl. I need you to go ahead and make up with Jackie like I did, okay? So we can keep this show on the air. That's it in a nutshell. And if you believe otherwise, I got some cars I want to sell you, okay? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is to me. I mean, I get it. It makes sense. But we'll talk about it in the context of the group as we go scene by scene. Okay. One of the first things we see is Evelyn is getting ready to show off these maxi dresses. I mean, ladies, is that a big thing for y'all? Do y'all love y'all some maxi dresses? I mean, is it that y'all can't get enough of the maxi dress? Do you have to? I mean, is having a maxi dress a must? Like, is it the dress of all dresses? I mean, what is it? Because I didn't specifically like the one that she had on when she had her event, but that was just me. And you know what I'm saying? That may not be my taste, but I want to know what you guys think. And I want her the business to be successful. I'm not down in it. I'm just saying the one that she had on, I ain't really care for it too much. And I don't know why. It was something about it that just bothered me. It just made me feel like moo. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's just me. Again, I want her to be successful, sell out of the dresses and all of that good stuff. But for me and my thoughts, I was like, I don't know. This is giving me moo vibes. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with a moo. You know what I'm saying? You might want to roam around the house in your moo. You know, roam and cook a little meal. Churn a little butter. Slap a little, something in the stove. You know what I'm saying? Real quick for the fam. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it? I mean, do what you got to do. I don't know. So anyway, then we see Jacille is taking swimming lessons. So she takes Big Mama Brandi with her. Okay. And I say Big Mama Brandi because Brandi is a mama. Okay. That's pretty much what it is. She's a sports mom and she's there to encourage. Brandi's place on the show, I think, is a unique one because Brandi, I feel in my spirit, has a very direct yet authentic energy to me. Um, Meaning I think that she, to be honest with you, is Brandy's there because her buttons are easily pushed. Okay. I'm gonna give it to you like that. She's authentic, she reacts, she's gonna give you a good scene if you push her too far. And I think that Evelyn being the sort of, I don't want to call her the Giselle character of the show, but being the button pusher of the show, I just kind of feel like she knows what buttons of Brandy's to push, which is why she keeps pushing that same button. Which, to be honest with you, is a little tired and played out to me because it tells me that you don't really have much to go on with in terms of basically like dissing Brandy, right? So the dig ain't that much of a dig, but it's enough to annoy Brandy. And we'll talk about that a little later. But we see Jacille trying to get her swimming lessons on, and they have a little conversation about, the fact that Brooke got upset with her because Evelyn ran back and told her that Brandy was telling Jennifer about Brooke's breakup before Brooke was able to tell her herself. Now, Brooke being upset about that, I can somewhat understand because you've already got Brandy being the contrarian friend, right? And I always say you need two types of friends to keep yourself balanced. You need the type of friend that's going to tell you like it TI is, whether you like it or not. And then you also need the type of friend that's just going to let you be willy-nilly, okay? And, a lot of times I could tell you myself, I don't want your advice, okay? If I ain't ask you for your advice specifically, don't try to give it to me, because at the end of the day, I might not value your opinion on this subject that much for you to be giving me your advice. And that's just facts on that. And so you really do have to consider that when you're trying to give advice, because maybe Brandy, she ain't trying to take your advice on no relationships. And that's fair. That's fair. And you can't give everybody advice like that. You know what I'm saying? And Brandy, coming from a good place, needs to also recognize what Brooke is looking for in a friendship. She's not looking for nobody to supervise her relationship life. She's just looking for a soft place to land. That's it. A soft place to land the plane in case of engine failure. Even if you know that plane is faulty when it's going up, she ain't the type of friend that's going to want you to tell her, girl, take that plane in for a checkup, okay? Take the car in for a tuning, okay? You know what I'm saying? Get them tires checked. She don't want you to do that, okay? She gonna fly and steer the ship the way she want to steer it, and if it go down in flames, it go down in flames. You just be a life raft for her when she lands. That's it. That's all she wants. So Evelyn meets up with Jackie, and I kept wondering what Shawnee was gonna have to do with this. Because in my mind, because we saw Shawnee make up with Jacqueline, Lord have mercy, Jackie. We saw Shawnee make up with her, so it now makes a lot more sense why Evelyn is so open, because she was not at first. Okay, but I do think a part of me thinks that in real life, she should have called Brooke before inviting Jackie, because that's your girl. That's your ride. You've been riding and dying for her. It's been you and her against the world. Thelma and Louise up in this BI. And you've been tearing down anybody that came and thought that they was going to bring Jackie to Brooke. and now you're doing the same thing because she apologized to you. I mean, to be honest, it's hypocritical. But we know, because we are smart, that Evelyn is doing either the Lord's or the devil's work, whichever you want to call it. But she's doing the work. She's making the show go round at this point in time. She is. That's what somebody has to do it. Because let's just face the facts. Jackie is a big part of this show. And without Jackie, you don't have that much of a show. So you need Jackie in the mix. Who better than one of the leaders of the group to bring Jackie back into it? And by leaders, I mean Shawnee by way of Evelyn. Okay? So Evelyn goes down to the acai place to do Shawnee's work. I mean, to do her work. And she basically, has a sit down with Jackie, who comes to the table very contrite, very apologetic, very much wanting to be in a good space, and very much, you did not do anything for me to want to smack you. Let me put the alleged badge up here. I was venting to Sunday. And Sunday therein decided that she wanted to record those conversations and use them against me. Now, when Jackie says that, Evelyn is like, girl, you are going to throw any and everybody else under the bus except yourself. Okay? And I know this, but I'm willing to look past it because we need you. Okay? And that's just the facts. It is. It's the facts. We know this. Jackie provides the necessary comic relief that this show needs. Every show needs a comic relief, whether you like them or not. Okay? To be honest with you, that is my feeling with Love and Marriage Huntsville. While you have a great cast and you have a great show, they are missing the comic relief. And a lot of y'all not gonna like this, but that Miss Wanda provided. Because it was always this like what is she gonna say, right? But unfortunately, sometimes maybe that goes too far for some people, okay? But it's necessary for the show to also have a lot of tension, but also be able to break that tension, because that's what makes good TV. And if you know that, you will understand why it was necessary for her to bring in Jackie and to up the ante by bringing in Laura, which we'll talk about later. Now, but Jackie during the session is like, now I'm gonna have to let you know though, I was not a lady of the night in 1987. Okay. I'll go to the police station. You could take my fingerprints. I don't even like to put my mouth up on it. Okay. So that's how you know I wouldn't have been a good one. Evelyn is just sitting there nodding her head like, uh-huh, girl. Okay. That ain't what my file say. But for the sake of what Shawnee asked me to do, I'm going to go on ahead and just laugh it off with you and yuck it up so we can have a good time. Which in that moment, they was giving me a little bit of Karen and Giselle vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can have a good time or we can have a bad time. What we doing today? We're going to have a good time today. Okay? So the next scene that we see is Evelyn is having a fashion showcase at some Airbnb, and it's of the maxi dresses. I have no opinion about the maxi dresses. I mean, other than I hope she's successful with it. I mean, I love that they're showcasing her business. I mean, they showcase a lot of Evelyn's business, but to a certain degree, they do kind of showcase a lot of what the girls are doing in little ways. They do. So I can't really. I mean, they show a lot more of Evelyn's, I feel like, because Evelyn is technically the narrator of this show. But, I mean, we've got a lot of Jennifer's businesses, Jackie's talk show. So, I mean, you know, it works. Everybody has something going on, which is actually kind of good for this show. You know, so the girls have their fashion, you know, moments, and then, you know, Brooke is still not talking to Brandi because she's still annoyed by her, and they taking little digs at each other, and it's getting to even to the point where Brooke almost throws a dig about Brandy's relationship the same way that Evelyn will always continue to do. I would say if anybody had more of a right to do that, it would be Brooke, but not so much Evelyn because they beef is about something different. Totally. So that needs to stay where it's at. Focus. Focus on the focus. So Jennifer tries to get Brandi and Brooke to like come to a resolve. It goes nowhere and it is starting to get heated. Evelyn comes over, plops herself down, slides back down in the chair. And that's when I'm starting to realize Evelyn got a pattern. When she about to do some, when she about to make a mess, she slides. Don't you know? She slinks down in that chair like this. Y'all even know? I mean, I'm just starting to pick up on that. It's a pattern. So she then tells the girls, "Yo, I met with Jackie. She was accountable for everything, and so I invited her on the trip." Everybody's looking at her like, what? Gooped and gagged. Okay, gooped and gagged. Because in real life, if you did that to me, I'm probably not gonna go on the trip. Period. Actually, no, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna get paid. Okay, I want to get paid. But I'm looking at you funny because at every turn earlier this season, when somebody was trying to bring Jackie back into the fold, you was dead set against it. And it was always on some, you know, it seemed like it was mostly because of Brooke. So if all of your angst early in the season was about not inviting Jackie around out of respect for Brooke, what happened to your respect for Brooke? Was it just outweighed by your respect for Shawnee, the boss? And you said, I need to keep my job, so I need to stir up the juice. Was that it? Because I mean, that could be putting your friendship with Brooke in jeopardy because Brooke is definitely looking at you a little crazy right now. But I almost feel like Brooke also understands the necessary for her, the necessary evil of it all. But for the viewer, I mean, it's necessary because Jackie makes up a big part of the show, whether you like her or not. So Evelyn gets up and walks out of her own thing and you know and Brooke is like, girl, I'm taking back my pre-order, and Evelyn is like, well, go take it back. I don't care. I'm keeping my job. So that definitely deflates Brandi's notion that everybody's afraid of Brooke because I mean Evelyn just flipped the script on everybody and Brooke included. But again, I think they all understand, like we understand, what that was for. So the next scene that we see is Jennifer is meeting, she's flabbergasted by Evelyn inviting Jackie to Mexico because the last time they went to Mexico, her and Jackie got into it, something fierce. But in my mind, that leads me to wonder, well, girl, if you and Jackie got into it so bad, how she end up in your movie? Wouldn't that have been filming around the same time? I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, Jennifer is meeting up with Laura Govan because she wants to have some backup. And we all know that Jennifer and Laura Govan also starred on The Next 15, which was, I think that was Kingdom Reign. That was Carlos King's show, I think, on TV1. In fact, I know it was. So they have a previous relationship where they are cool, and we've seen that. So it's cool that we got that level of connection within this group. In terms of Laura coming back, I don't mind it. Laura has a strong personality. It's very quirky and offbeat to me. I don't always understand what she's doing or why she's doing it, but I don't need to because she stands in it 10 toes down. And what I did like also too was that she reflected on a moment from her time on the show where she met up with Jackie Christie's daughter. And she talked about how wrong that was and how she regretted that. So I'm wondering if that's going to come up because, well, I'm just wondering if it's going to come up. But Laura is there for a good time. I wonder if she's here for a good time and a short time, or a good time and a long time. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think and what y'all want. I didn't mind her coming back. I mean, Laura kind of has like a little swag about her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really give an F, do whatever. I'm gonna burp in your face, in your mouth if you want me to. She got that kind of energy. So I don't mind that, because that can either be good or bad for whoever is she working against or working for or working with. Okay. So the girls are on their trip, and the main group, Evelyn, Brooke, Jennifer, Brandi, and Jacille, are all, heading down to the Mexico. And Jackie and Cheyenne, they show up as well. And it is a little bit tense because it's giving Karen and Giselle to me energy, because Jackie and Evelyn are, God, hi, it's so good to see you. Oh my God, girlfriend, hi. I haven't seen you in ages. Like, come here, give me some sugar on both cheeks. It's giving that type of energy, and everybody's looking like, what? What? Girl, what are you doing? And even Brooke is like, girl, are you my ops now? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's happening here? Okay. But we got a show to do. Okay. So, they all sit down in the presidential suite, and Evelyn allows Jennifer to pick the rooms. And so in the presidential area, it's going to be Jennifer, Evelyn, because they're kind of hosting the trip together. And then Jennifer chooses Brooke, because, if you got to watch out for Brooke, because if she get loose, somebody going to be in danger. And then she's putting Brandi in there because Brandi is about to have a fit otherwise. So Jacille, Jackie, and Cheyenne will be off in their own separate suites. Mind you, Cheyenne has the most interesting luggage bag I have ever. Listen, I don't know how I feel about it. And the camera kept panning to it like they wanted us to see it and notice it. But Cheyenne had this suitcase with her face on it. And I don't know, it was giving skinny girl tea. You know what I'm saying? If you watch Real Housewives of New York, you know what I'm saying. Everything on the Real Housewives of New York was skinny girl, skinny girl, skinny girl. And so to have your face plastered on your luggage is just very interesting to me. I mean, granted, it's the best probably spot your luggage, but it's also the best way to spot your luggage. Okay. So that can either be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you traveling, where you going. It was a little much for me, but if you like it, I love it. Okay. So Jackie has to go to her room to go to Pound Town on herself. Yes, indeed. Jackie's about to go to Pound Town on herself, and she about to tap, 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 and self-pleasurize. Okay. So Cheyenne has to go help. Now, that's what was said on the episode, but I don't know if that's what she meant. All I knew is they left together. So they leave, and the rest of the girls are just kind of sitting there like, I am confused by this energy that you're giving right now, Evelyn. Like, what are you doing? And, Brandi is like, I don't really understand. This seems very hypocritical. Like, you went off on me about this. And then Evelyn goes to the thing she always goes to with Brandi. And that's, you know how when you was with Jason and he cheated on you with 350 degrees of women and you forgave him, it's the same thing with Jackie. She's coming to us saying, I'm sorry. And Brandi ain't even heard past your husband, okay? Because she is up and skedaddling up out of there because she's like, y'all, you do this to me every time. Why don't you get a husband? How about that? And she marches off to her room to call her man, who also then she tells him, I'm mad at you too, because they keep weaponizing your past against me. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oh. Little Justin Bieber for you. Anyway, so then she's like, they keep doing this to me. Every time they get into it with me, they throw you in my face. Okay. And I'm like, well, girl, He put it out there. Okay. If he had never said I've been with 360 degrees of women, but nobody would know. So I don't know why he would ever say that on national television. He should have told you that number in private. In public, he should have said it was 20 or even maybe 10, maybe 5. How about 4? How about 3? How about 2 or 1? Okay. Just the one. It was just the one. That's all. Only one. Anybody else is lying. Period. Tell you the truth in private. Don't embarrass you like that on the TV. Anyway, so Giselle is upset with Evelyn, and rightly so, because she's like, you gave me HE double when I was trying to do the same thing for Jackie. And so now you're doing the same thing, and you just disrespected her and her husband. And Brandi was really upset also too, because she had confided in Evelyn that people continue to use that against her. Evelyn is like, I don't care. I'm so tired of this. No, I don't care. I'm so tired of this conversation. It bores me. Oh, you're still talking about it. And I'm not sorry. I'm not apologizing for nothing. Now go put that in your pipe and smoke it. So Evelyn ain't sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I got a job to do and I'm about to get paid. I don't know about y'all. So I'm about to get these dollars because I got to sell some maxi dresses. How about that? I have to put this order in for the maxis. So it's dinner time, and Karen and Giselle. I mean, oh my God, Jackie and Evelyn, meet down to the table first in the darkness. Then Dr. Cheyenne and her luggage shows up, and slowly but surely, she tells Jackie, the girls are giving me HE double for inviting you, and it is what it is. I just want everybody to have a good time and get paid their monies. So I'm doing the work for us. And so whether they like it or not, I'm gonna get these girls paid, and I'm gonna put them all to work, especially Brandi. So Brooke arrives, and she's, hi girl, to just Evelyn. And so then, one by one, Brandi and Evelyn is like, oh my God, girl, your hair looks so good. Brandi's like, girl, thank you. But I see you. I see what you're doing to me. And I don't like it. And I'm going to deal with you later. But right now, I'll take this compliment because I did work a little extra hard on my hair today. Then, the next thing you know, Jennifer shows up with Laura Govan. And Jackie's like, we got some unfinished business. And that's when I'm wondering if they're going to ever have a conversation. Now, I don't know if that conversation is happening next week because it looks like there's a lot of hot and heavy and kissing and stroking going on, and a lot more than Pound Town with Jackie. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all thought. I thought the episode was good. I had a good time. It had me a little bit on the edge of my seat, but I wasn't mad at it. So let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section down below. And of course, I will catch you in the next video. We did it. We did it, Joe.